Hey there, everybody. Welcome to a new Blindspot discussion. The sad news is that there is no Blindspot on the air this week at the time we're recording this. Jess and I, don't worry, we actually have been making our own episode of Blindspot. We've each been playing like 3 characters, and the story is, sorry, I lost all that footage. It's just out there, nobody ever gets to see it, I'm sorry. But no, what we're gonna do here is instead talk about the series finale, which is coming in 1 week, and we've been left off on this huge twist involving Jane.
Yeah, so we talked about it in our last video. We'll link it down for you below, where she decided to lock herself inside an airlock room with Zip that was sort of going into the air. So today we're going to be talking about a few theories of sort of what is going to happen with that, because there's a couple different ways that this can go.
So before we get into it though, if you guys do like this video, give us a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, because rest assured, the moment the finale airs, we will be back to try to talk everything through, how sad we're going to be that the show is over, our continued dreams of a Three Blind Mice spinoff. All of that will be within.
All right, so the first theory we're going to talk about is the idea that she actually got zipped again, and that we're going into this finale with her starting to lose all of her memories.
It's a painful thing to sort of think about, but I will say that creatively, this is the story that I expect them to do, mostly just because I'm sort of thinking, okay, it's the 100th episode, the series finale. I think they're going to try to use this as a way to have a roll call with all these various people who have been a part of the show over the years, and they're going to be like, okay, insert character here. I'm hoping Roman shows up. I'm sure we'll see Reed again, and it's going to be kind of a device so that we cycle through all of Jane's memories and she eventually gets it back. That's what I think they're going to do with this.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling like they might have her sort of chasing down her memories, almost like that movie, The Eternal Sunshine, Spotless Mind. I'm saying it wrong, but you know what I'm saying, where it's sort of we see her chasing after her memories and they're all kind of just disappearing. The thing is that we do know that in season 4, Jane already sort of went through something like this, and they had this sort of cure, or everything that they did to be able to bring her back from being Remy, and she ended up with all of her memories and all of Remy's memories, so now she has all the memories. So it's possible that that's what's going to happen, and it will be real Zip, and that'll be the deal. But we know that there is a way to sort of reverse this.
Yeah,
I just don't think they're going to leave her like this. At least I hope not. I
think that's the thing. No matter what theory we may have about what's going to be going on with Jane in the finale, they're not going to leave her without him. That would be really bad for this show if that happens. It would just feel depressing. It would feel like none of this was really worth it. Even if she's not like fully the same Jane she was a couple weeks ago, we at least need to know that she's on the road to something. We got to know that she can at least be happy.
Yeah, I don't think anybody really wants it to just be full circle and now she's back. She doesn't remember anything and none of this mattered. I mean, a 5-season journey where nothing matters is not an ending anybody wants. And I don't think that that's the ending we're going to get.
No.
But the next idea is that she's already immune to it. I mean, she had been zipped. She's been, we'll call it unzipped with what happened with this sort of cure or fix or whatever. Is it possible now that she's built up an immunity to this? I mean, I think that's a possibility.
It's something that I think they could go with, and I think it could be interesting if they pay it off. I think the thing I'm nervous about is mostly I don't want them to just start off the episode and she sort of emerges from all of this A-okay, because then it's going to feel like the Patterson fake out when I thought at the very least if she survived she would have like a broken arm or like some burn marks or something, and instead she's just like A-okay because she just called into a hole and that was it.
I love it!
I was glad she was okay, but it was just sort of like, who cares that you thought the Patterson was dead for a good week? I want there to at least be some sort of consequence rather than just like, immune, I'm good, guys, let's get back to it.
The very what I like about this idea the most is that if she ends up being immune to it, then this feels like a very cool sort of reveal and end to the show where it's okay, now if other people get zipped or something happens, there is a way to reverse it, and then there's an immunity to it, so it can't hurt anybody anymore. And I really like that idea a lot. That's kind of where I hope they're going.
I do like that part of it a lot. I like the idea of that this show isn't just about Jane, and because they've sort of established this idea that all these other people could be getting zipped, I think we got to think about them too. And if there is a way that they can establish that the world itself gets some sort of happy ending as opposed to just Jane Doe, it's kind of hard to be opposed to that. It feels like that is a way that we can feel good about the world and that they could actually be anointed as heroes, and rather than just saving themselves, it's actually like you help to save everyone.
Yeah, and I mean, after everything that they've just gone through this season, that just feels like a really nice way to kind of come around with all of this.
Yeah.
So the last one that we were thinking about was, we know that they sort of tampered with some of the zip, and some of the zip is not as effective or not effective anymore. It's possible that, because Ivy doesn't know this, that is the zip that she exploded into the room, and that this zip has no effect because they dismantled it.
This is one that this is probably the one that I'm hoping it is not this. Like, I like the other two ideas a little bit better, mostly just because I feel like if they go this route, which I think there is a good possibility that they do, because they've kind of established enough of a reason why it could be this.
Yeah, I don't think they did that for it to have no payoff or not have a storyline later on.
It just feels like if that's sort of the end of this, then it's like, okay, well, what about the rest of the zip? What, is Jane really? I mean, it's just, this is the one that doesn't actually answer any other questions, and it just leaves the rest of the episode sort of wide open. And if we are going to have this sort of big dramatic cliffhanger with Jane, like, well, I want to come out of it either thinking, okay, now she's going to have to work to get her memories back, or like you said, hey, there's hope for the rest of the world. There is a positive outcome that comes out of this. I want it to be where this has some skin in the game for the rest of the hour.
I'm super divided on it because there's a part of me that's like, okay, I hope that this is the zip that has no effect on everyone, because I really enjoy the team dynamic. I mean, I know a lot of this show has been about Jane or Jane and Weller, but this season especially has felt like there's been a nice light shone on the entire team working together, minus Reed, which we know how I feel about that. But I would like them to end this show with all of them working together. And if she's actually zipped, then this last episode is going to be mostly about Jane. And while I know the show started about that, the show has evolved now. And sometimes you just can't go back. Like, you need to move forward with the way that it is. And it's a team now. It's not just the Jane show anymore. And I love that. I mean, they've become more than just a team. They're family, they're friends, they're colleagues, they're everything. So if we go in the other direction where she is zipped, then what does this look like, this last episode? Is it kind of like the last episode we just had, we've already said goodbye sort of to the team and that team dynamic, and it's really all about just Jane losing her memories? I don't know. It's really going to kind of depend on how they put it together. For me, I just really like the team.
I'm going to put on my showrunner hat here for a minute.
Oh, this is a new hat.
Yeah, I know. I haven't worn this one very much.
Fancy.
All right, yeah, just imagine it's like a big top hat that's like made of dollar bills. Okay, so I believe as the showrunner of Blindspot now, what I'm going to want to do in this finale is, if I'm going to make Jane lose the memories because I want to throw in a bunch of cameos and everything else, I want this to last about maybe 20 minutes. Like, let's take the commercials out and say Blindspot's 42 minutes long. Maybe give me like 20 minutes of this. If I put too much in there, then yeah, it's going to be the Jane show, and then you're not honoring anyone else, and that's not great. But I want there to be some stakes, so I'm fine making half of the episode about this, but then I need genuine team moments. Patterson's got to have some cool stuff to do. I maybe want to have a flash forward in here because I want to see Zapata with the baby. I want to know that everything is good there. I want to know where these characters end up.
And also Reed, where he's come out of whatever secret hospital he's in.
I knew Reed is alive was going to get in here somehow, but I don't think Reed's alive, I know, but...
I'm going to die on this hill.
Yeah, well... You know, maybe he won't. Maybe he'll pop out alive. Who knows with this show? But I do think that I think we deserve a happy ending, and I don't want the happy ending to be rushed. Where no matter what they choose, I don't want it to be like a 30-second coda at the very end of it, where they just stick some ending on it. Don't Castle series finale, the end of Blindspot for me.
I was about to say the same thing. Please don't turn into a Castle where we get like 40 minutes of Jane chasing down her memories and 2 minutes of, and we're all okay, and this is where everybody ended up. I'm going to be really mad.
Yeah. This show has been about the group. It's been about them coming together, taking on threats. I want to celebrate them. I want to feel happy. I want to feel good about the state of the world, and we really need that in 2020. I know that they wrote this a long time ago before all this stuff came down, but... It's been a nice escape for a lot of us.
I think it's just the sucky thing is that these series finales are always so hard. Like they're not going to be able to make everybody happy. People are going to hate it, but some people will love it. I just hope that it's not like Dexter where just everybody hates it and nobody likes it, and just give us something that most of us can either live with or are really happy with.
Yeah, there will be a couple of haters, but if you can make a good, at least 80 to 85% feel content with the way that it ended, I think you're going to be okay. And just honor the show that you've done. You've made it to 100 episodes. That's
bring
great.
Reed back,
Okay. Well,
listen, we're throwing things in there.
Okay.
Now, so.
Well, okay. You want Reed back? What else do you want in the Blindspot series finale? How do you think this Jane Zip dilemma is going to be resolved? Give us your thoughts, your theories in the comments, and if you do like this video, give us a like, subscribe, support us further by checking the link in the description to the store, and we'll see you guys here next time.